Hello, 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 everybody! And we are back with another. I can't speak today. We are back with another episode of Tavern Talks. You've got me, Mike, as always, and Tomo's back as well.
Hello, hello, hello.
Right, so let's address the biggest elephant in the room: Sony.
Right back at it.
Yes, we're still on this. Um, they've not addressed any concern. I've not seen anything on any of the socials. I'm not concerned any of this. The socials are just flooded with posts like bring back disc, no disc, no buy. I've seen somebody spell out FU Sony with physical game cases. That was an interesting one. So yes, Sony's getting a massive, massive backlash to the point where thousands of people have been cancelling the PSNs, as we all know. But it's got to the point now where it's that bad. We're actually offering a 50% discount. Well, depending where you are on the dynamic pricing, some people are getting 25%, some people are getting 33%, some people are getting 50% off their PSN subscriptions to try and entice players back. Now, I myself have cancelled my PSN subscription because I normally get the yearly one, and I thought there's no point in paying £120 for games that I do not own. So I thought, oh, stuff that, I'll cancel it. And I didn't get offered a discount at all.
Not in the slightest.
Not in the slightest.
Strange.
So I think it's just certain people. Other people, anyway. Moving on, well, not moving on, but we're still on this topic. But people are saying, some people are saying that, oh, the offer's too good to pass up, so they've gone for it. Other people are just flat out refusing to take it. But we've done this with we've done this with the Black Ops ports because the Black Ops 1 and 2 ports are now available on the PlayStation Store. They are digital only, unfortunately, so no physical copy. But if you have PSN, there is a 50% off on both the game and the season pass. Now, the season passes include all the DLCs. Activision have screwed us over there, but you know what?
They're the classics.
We've got to, haven't you?
And even then, with the discounts that are currently going, they're only on till, I think, what was it, the 6th?
I think so, yeah. So you've got a month to get them. So if you're a huge Black Ops fan, take advantage of the discount because we did, didn't we? Well, you did for the second one. I not getting involved.
Because I think by the time it's done, what is it? Each of the games individually, the price will go to like 34.70 something, 79, 34.79.
Yeah, something like that. Nearly 35 quid after the discount. After the discount's gone. But yeah, well, I made an exception because Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, unplayable now. You can't enter a lobby without it being hacked. Anyway, but yeah, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 ports, we are now live on PlayStation stores, both on PS4 and PS5. There you go. We've had a dabble on them already, haven't we? I'm currently going back through the Black Ops 1 campaign, and we forgot how brutal that campaign is.
And of course, when we were on the stream last night, we were playing a little bit of Transit.
Yes, we attempted to do the Green Mile and failed miserably. We got to round 8, but we both had a few beers because we were playing. So, we're going to chalk it up to practice runs, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's our excuse.
It's been a while since we've been on Transit, so.
Oh, you got a little bit of Transit. And yeah, some guy missed the buzz, didn't he? Classic.
Oh, someone's always going to miss the bus. It happens every time.
Aye. Anyway, back to Sony. Now, it turns out that they have actually been experimenting with what people are calling the Sony tax since November 2025 in 68 countries for over 150 games. So they're charging 30% more than they should be charging just so they can keep 100% of the profits. Because when obviously a game comes out, the developers or the publishers, developers, they take 30% of the take 30% of the profit. So I think that's more than that. Really, it should be 50-50 split because they're the ones that done the work and put the game in, but that's life, I suppose. So they take a 30% chunk of the profits. So that's why Sony has been experimenting with this Sony tax. So we can keep 100% of the profit. So yeah, so we are actually being, I think we're actually being sued as well. I'll put it right down here. But yeah, a Dutch consumer group, they are suing Sony for over $400 million on the behalf of the 1.7 million Dutch players for charging an extra 30% commission for digital games. So we're getting a lawsuit from a Dutch company. We've had a French presidential candidate speak out against Sony going all digital as well. What did he say now? Let me just get it up. Should have found it before.
They've literally just turned the world against themselves, more or less.
Yes, but yeah, they have. They have. And I think it's absolutely insane, but governments are getting involved as well. Here we go. So this is the French presidential candidate Jean-Luc Mélenchon. Sorry if I butchered his name. Sorry for the mispronunciation. I don't speak French. But he has spoken against Sony taking ownership away from players, and he stated video games are cultural assets, not more merchandise. The law, not mere merchandise. The law enforcement must apply to them. So governments are now getting involved, which I think is absolutely insane. Because I think the Brazilian government's doing something about it as well. So because a Brazilian federal deputy has requested an investigation into Sony for its plan for a digital landscape.
I think I did hear about this because, again, I just came from work to come up here, and while we were there, we were talking about like the government's getting involved in like everything that Sony's doing.
Yeah.
And actions that are being taken against them.
Yeah. So on the another Brazilian federal deputy has proposed a new bill which is similar to the one that Ross Scott and his team over at Stop Killing Games tried to propose, but we'll get to that we'll get on to that in a minute. That's another thing we need to address. So the new bill states, if it goes through, so publishers must clearly inform customers about a game's reliance on online services at the point of sale. Furthermore, they must also outline the minimum support period, which cannot be less than 2 years from a game launch in Brazil. So basically, that means we can't shut the game off within like a year or 2 years. It has to be going for over 2 years for them to shut the game off. From day's launch. And publishers must inform consumers about any termination of service no less than 180 days in advance, notifying players in the game itself or on official socials or through other means. Also, the bill suggests 3 options for what can happen after an online game is shut down. Here are the options they propose. So the company can release an update to allow for offline play. Secondly, they can also provide tools to the community to keep the game going themselves, which can be done because it's been done plenty of times. Look, for example, biggest example, Starcraft 2.
Yep, definitely.
Huge modern community behind it. Skyrim, huge modern community behind it. Games are still going.
Friday 13th had licensing issues, so that game had to stop. That's on the PC side of things. They're keeping it alive with a mod as well because they got access to the tools to do so.
Yeah. So it is possible. We just want to shut it down because we won't be making any money off it, will we? So that's the reason why we want to shut it down. Anyway, or they have to reimburse players proportionally based on how much time they spent within the game. So not on how much you spent on the game, not how much you've spent on the game, or the game for, not how much time you've put into the game, so you'd be entitled to compensation. Again, this is only in Brazil, it's not a worldwide thing, but it is inspired by the bill that got proposed to the California courts with Stop Killing Games, which we're going to get onto now. And then we'll move back to the Sony thing now. Stop Killing Games, it was written from the start because the ESA, Ubisoft, met with the court behind closed doors, so the decision was final. They said no to the bill. Even despite it having, I think it was like something like 1.7 million signatures worldwide.
I think it was like 1.7. I think.
Yeah.
Mentioned.
Yeah, but yeah. So 1.7 million signatures worldwide, not just in the US, worldwide.
And it just
and we still said no. It's like we still declined the bill, which I think is absolutely disgusting. But
as I said, it just completely ignored like public opinion.
Public opinion, yeah.
So.
But the thing is, stop killing games. The stop games. We are still fighting, and we are 100% behind them, and we are 100% supporting them. And we really, really hope they win this because we're still hope because the campaign has not ended. However, the organisers are continuing the fight by lobbying the European Parliament, which has shown more support for the cause to include their proposals in the Digital Fairness Act. And they have expanded into an official NGO. You can track their ongoing initiatives or read the fact directly on their website, which is just called Stop Killing Games. So if you want to head over there, you can get all the latest news and all the updates directly, directly from them over on their website. So if you are following this or you're not following this, go and check out the website, sign the petition. If there's any petition going, make sure you sign them, and we'll have more updates, hopefully, fingers crossed, as it goes along. But it looks like we've got the backing of the European Parliament, which is a very, very good thing, because that's not just the UK; it's the whole of Europe.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of countries. So, it's looking like there is still hope. So, go get them, give them that. Anyway, moving on.
There's some Xbox news as well, wasn't there?
Yes, there was. Yeah, Xbox news as well because of the honestly, it's not looking good for the gaming industry over on this side of the pond, is it really?
Well, okay, so with Xbox there was all the layoffs. What was it? Like 3,200.
Yeah, 3,200. Yeah. Or 3,200, however you want to say.
200 workers that have
been laid off.
And just like that's the side really.
But that's the thing. I mean, the Xbox did have backlash because of the layoffs, but unlike Sony, they addressed it.
Yeah, they were straight open with it, and it was because they're doing a whole rebranding.
Rebranding, yeah, because they've admitted that
Xbox is in a pretty rubbish place.
Yeah, it's got Xbox. It's going down, and they've admitted that the games aren't selling. Nobody seems interested anymore. And so, unfortunately, because there's no money, there's no buying the games, and that's let a lot of people off. Now there is a rumour out saying that there's shut 4 studios. We haven't shut 4 studios. We're just leaving Xbox partnerships and work.
Yeah, for other game companies to use, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's still going to be used for game production and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just not exclusively partnered with Microsoft or Xbox anymore. So basically, free half an hour, I would imagine, is the right term. If it's not the right term, let me know. But they've been completely open about it. They've addressed the concerns, and I think that's absolutely brilliant because that's what we just want. You know, we don't want silence. Like Sony are just putting their head in the sand and hoping it all goes away, but it won't go away because people are outraged.
Yeah, they're outraged, and the only thing Sony really had to say was like, "Oh, look at this brand new controller. It's got like a joystick on it." I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah. And if you look at the comments, it's just full of no this, no buy, bring back physical games, cancelling PSN subscription, blah blah blah. And it was exactly the same thing for because he put up a post for a game. I can't remember what game it was over the weekend. Saying grab a friend this weekend and do some golf adventure. I can't remember what game it was. It was something along those lines. And then so people are again commenting with the backlash. And somebody actually thought, somebody actually thought I didn't know digital coaches existed. Again, so it's just like they are posting things, but they're not addressing the player base, the fan base. And that's all we want. We just want. What's the reason for you going all digital? So you know what I mean? Like, there must be a reason for it. I mean, it can't just be
Especially when in the past there have been situations where PlayStation had faced lawsuits, but it was actually like the sales of like physical copies of the games that have got them out of trouble in the past.
Yeah.
So them doing this now, it's shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, they have to. And again, they are all again. It's not run by people. It's not run by gamers anymore. It's run by executives who just see bags with money signs. Yeah, bags with money signs on them. That's all they see. Whereas, like, even Hideo Kojima has spoken out against going digital. Naughty Dog. They've changed their banner on Twitter to show physical games. So even Naughty Dog are speaking up for the game. So which is quite surprising because Naughty Dog is a part of Sony. Oh, well, they used to be. I don't know if they still are. Are they still part of Sony? I don't think so.
I don't think so now. No, I think they're a little bit more independent.
Yeah, so. But yeah, it's absolutely insane. But yeah, no, Xbox layoffs. Unfortunately, these things do happen within the game industry, and you've got to look at we need to take a step back and be like, right, okay, why are these games not selling? It's because you're making games that nobody wants to buy. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I the Outer Worlds and the Outer Worlds 2 are absolutely the most fantastic games, but they flopped massively because people were interested in them, which is a shame because they are great games. But they flopped, and that was made by an Xbox studio. And then obviously I think the best selling one was probably Doom Dark Ages, I would imagine.
Isn't it like the majority of the studio that made Dark Ages? It's majority of their stuff that were laid off, weren't it?
Yes, he was. Yeah, that's a good point. It was, and also, and they're forcing everybody over at Xbox now to use Unreal Engine, so everybody's on the same platform for making games. So obviously, it's software. They had their own engine, which they made in-house specifically for their games. And now we've laid off people who know how to use it. I mean, so you've got most old staff who have never used this software before. They've only used Unreal Engine, and like, we don't know how to use this. So we're just making everybody use Unreal Engine, which will obviously affect the quality of gaming, Xbox games going forward. But it's an unfortunate thing. But we're hoping they manage to play it right, because without Xbox you won't have Halo, you won't have Gears of War, we won't have a new Spyro game coming out.
Yeah.
So we are hoping. So there's good things on the horizon, and we are hoping we manage to play it right. The thing is, though, it all seems to be over here. Everything just seems to be coming in the West, whereas if you look to the East, like Eastern developers, they're doing perfectly fine. They're hiring more people. Than laying people off, which is insane because their games are absolutely selling. Because we're making games that people want to play. It's like, here's a world, here's a character, go do what you want. Brilliant. Here you go. Here you go. You force the players this character that ticks all these politically correct boxes, and people I just want to make my own character. I don't want to be forced to play as whatever. You know what I mean? I want to make my own custom character. No. You got to play as this politically correct character. Why? Why? I mean, what? Anyway,
I guess that won't be applicable to all games.
Well, I'm not saying all games. I'm just saying like some of the games that have been released recently, or an upcoming release, if that's what it's looking like, isn't it?
I don't think GTA is going to be one that's going to tick all them boxes.
Oh no, definitely not. GTA will always be GTA, which I'm thankful for.
You can't tone that down because if you do, it's just not the same.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Anyway, so moving on. Also, more bad news. It's just never ending, isn't it?
There'll be a silver lining at some point.
Yeah. Well, this is for the what everyone's calling the Rampocalypse.
Yeah, you mentioned this.
Yeah. So the American government is actually suing 3 companies that make microchips because they are raising prices. And it turns out it was actually an in-house conspiracy going on with these microchips, which 2 of them have already been sued for before. So there's an investigation started in 1998 and it concluded in 2022. That's how long it took. So we've been sued, and then after a couple of years, we thought, oh, let's do it again, even though it didn't work the first time. Because the first time this happened, it was Sony. It was not Sony. Sony or Brain. Samsung, yes, it was Samsung, and I'm going to mispronounce this. Hynix. Hynix. Yeah, that's no idea. Hynix. Let's go Hynix. They both got sued, and they had to pay fines. One had to pay a fine of 300 million. The one had to pay a fine of 185 million. That was in dollars. And several of their executives actually did jail time. But Micron avoided the fine because they reported the conspiracy back then. But they've not reported the conspiracy this time around, right? So all three of them now are being sued by the American government because obviously you need RAMs, you need microchips that absolutely everything needs it because you can't have technology without them using it. That's your mobile phones, that's your laptops, your PCs, your consoles, iPads, whatever, yeah. And the know this, and that's why they're raising the prices. And the American flopped on and like, hold on a minute, you've already tried this once before. Let's do it.
Well, jail time in the near future.
Yeah. So we'll see how that. So that's ongoing at the moment. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, I'll try and pull up some updates within the week, and we'll probably release a separate video later down the line, or separate episode later down the line with updates for everything that is going on. Because right now it's just an absolute mess. I mean.
Yeah, I don't think I've really ever seen it like get this bad.
I haven't. I
mean,
mean,
all these things are just happening all at once.
I mean, yeah, it's just yeah. I mean, you got the ongoing Valve thing as well.
Yeah.
They're being sued as well for that. What they're being sued for again? I can't remember.
Well, there was a couple of things, weren't there?
There was more than one thing.
Well, there was a one where something about Steam being a monopoly. For the amount of money it was taking from some of the games that they had in the store, which was 30%. I'm like, that's
your standard take for digital game.
So why?
That's your standard take because obviously publishers take 30%. Steam's not a monopoly because you've got other sites that you can go on to get games at competitive prices. So it's not just one storefront, there's multiple storefronts, unlike the PlayStation Store. Because with the PlayStation Store, if you go all digital, you're locked into that digital storefront, which means you cannot get your games anywhere else. So they can charge you whatever they want for whatever game. So they can charge you like £100 for like the newest God of War game or the newest Call of Duty game or the newest Battlefield game. You can charge like £100, £200 for it, yeah. And you can't get it anywhere else. So you can be forced to pay that price. So I think there is something about that. I think there is a lawsuit ongoing for that as well, because obviously you can't have monopolised storefronts.
Yeah, definitely not.
Because there has to be a competitive market. If there isn't a competitive market, it affects your economics. Doesn't it? Everything just crumbles.
There's literally no options to how you acquire the games that you want to play or anything like, especially if it goes all digital. So
yeah. Anyway, so until Sony addresses these concerns, we're all right. Should we send them a digital care package? That's digital letter. It's called an email.
Digital email.
Yeah, so we'll send a digital care package. With additional first aid kit. Because we must be needing it right now, and they must be absolutely flabbergasted about Xbox have turned around. They're like, yes, we have addressed our concerns, and then they're like, wait, what? What? We can do this? Yes, you can. We need to think of that.
The layoffs are bad. Like it's really bad, but again, at least they're being like an open book about it. So that's definitely a positive sign.
Yeah. There is backlash. Yes, shame for that happened. 100% it is a shame. But there's always layoffs within the gaming industry.
Just been too many as of recently.
Yeah, unfortunately, it happens. So yeah. But Xbox can do. Does it make it to be get a pass? Does it make it okay for them? No, but at least we're addressing the public about it. So, it's all around that. I mean, it's like everything's just crumbling down. Are we the end times?
Why do we say when we get to like 2027 or 2020?
Yeah, well, that's the thing with all this happening, and obviously it getting hotter and hotter and hotter over here in the UK. I'm expecting to see Halloween fly overhead at any minute. You know, it'll be the world. It's like the end times. It's like the apocalypse has happened, and no one knows.
Let's not go that far yet.
Yeah. Oh, we'll be ready. Most gamers will be ready for it. We'll all play Fallout. We know what to do. Why do you think I've got a collection of bottle caps in my kitchen drawer? Currency.
We're already planning where we're going to build the bunkers.
Yeah. We're just not telling you lot yet. When it happens, yeah. When it's not letting anybody know, or you'll get like a digital pamphlet in the mail. We'll send We'll send you a digital leaflet in the mail, and you can come to our bunker. Yeah, you have to find it with a digital map. You got to find it with a digital map, and you got to look under a digital rock to find the digital key. Yeah. Keep on.
We've gone through our repertoire of digital jokes.
Yeah. Right, moving on. We are going to give you a break from ranting now, because we. Yeah.
I mean, we did all this
last week.
Yeah.
Well, things have happened this week, and it's just like we need to talk about it. We need to address it. We need to talk about it, and we need to keep you guys updated with what's going on, obviously. So, and that's what we're here for. Yeah, and honestly, after catching up with all this news going on, my brain hurts. My brain hurting. It's just too much information to try and process, and it's just all going bad. Anyway, I might just wander off into London and just not come back. So it's all sorted.
Just find a little place just to stay. Like, I'll come out when the RAM prices drop. Sony have realised that they made a mistake, and everyone is all hunky dory again.
I'll just go play Skyrim in real life. It's fine. Send me a letter via owl when it's all over with it.
Message pigeon.
Yeah, message a pigeon. Yeah. I'll send a courier. I'm looking for you. You've got something to do with it. Your hand's long. Let's see.
It's actually written on a physical scroll.
Anyway, right, moving on to our topic this week. I believe we are up to Cold War, yes, because we have been going down the zombie storyline, and it started off as a tribute to Tom King, because he unfortunately passed away, and then the Black Ops 4 ended up happening. So it's kind of like a double whammy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again with it's kind of up and down with the pricing at the moment, isn't it, for those ports? But all the same, you're gonna get them.
If you're gonna get the ports, I'd suggest getting them now while they're at the discounted price, and just take the advantage of the discount. Because that's what I did. I'm not against digital games. I do prefer physical copies, but if it is digital only and I've got no other choice to buy it, then I will. Like GTA 6, for example,
and again, like you said, Black Ops 1 and 2, those games are pretty much unplayable on the online.
Yeah.
Because of hackers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
I'm glad they've got their own service for all these ports, so we'll have to deal with that. So yes, obviously I've made an exception then. Like I said, I'm not against digital games. I just prefer physical copies, because if like game goes offline for whatever reason, or gets you this from the store, I can go, ooh, I can still play this. I can pop it in like with Marvel's My Lives. Anyway, moving on to Cold War. Yes.
So we've played a little bit of this.
We have.
We've attempted to like the Outbreak and stuff like that on the PS4 version. Unfortunately,
because I do not have enough space on my PS5 to install the PS5 version of Cold War, so every time we try and do Outbreak, it always crashes on a certain mission.
Certain couple of missions on whichever map on like the Outbreak mods. But going through the story, I guess we kick it off with Day Machine.
Yes, we can go back to Max.
Okay.
Don't we?
So, given the end of Black Ops 4, everything's kind of had like a universal reset. Like the reset button was hit by Primus and Ultimus at the end, so it's like a natural linear timeline that's happening here. And in this timeline, we've got Requiem, which is a division inside of the CIA that.
Let's say by Weaver, isn't it?
Yeah. Weaver, Carver, Gray, and Strauss. Those are like the 4 characters that are going to stick out.
Yeah.
But of course, in Cold War, you don't play as them; you play as a normal strike team. There's no dedicated crew, unfortunately, for this card, but you've got them in your army.
Yeah, you get to use your operators for it, don't you? So if you really wanted to, you play as Captain Price and
I think they put that character in just because
the new Modern Warfare series.
Yeah, that was going to come out after. So yeah, they just put Price in there as like a pre-order bonus, I think it was.
Yeah.
But the only returning familiar face, at least from start to right towards the end of the game, is Samantha herself, Maxis, who no longer a little girl, she's completely grown up, and she's also an operative within Requiem itself, or more like a freelance agent, or just like a contact outside of Requiem, feeding them information and stuff like that. And she ends up sending them some Soviet old war footage of a bunker in Poland where there is a machine that's opening these breaches into the dark ether. So
this is a different timeline. So obviously the original Max was an airfield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Toten is also present on this map.
Yeah.
So it's during the Cold War, isn't it? So 80s.
Yeah, that's right. 80s, yeah.
So
and not the 40s.
Requiem ends up sending their strike team to Poland to Day Machine, the site. And their mission is to pretty much unearth the machine, and destroy it once they get the green light. But they end up getting pulled through it, and that's how you find the pack of punch and stuff.
Yeah, because we end up going into the ether to get the pack of punch, don't we?
And it's all dark, and you got flying jellyfish. I'm like, what on earth? It's it's like you're on an acid trip or something.
Yeah. The first time that happened, I was just like, what is going on? Someone put something in your drink. I'm seeing colours.
Then, of course, you've got a wonder weapon. I think one of my favourite quotes when you obtain that wonder weapon, I think you heard this quote as well, comes from Gray. It's like, oh, trust the Germans to literally make a weapon that literally starts out die.
Yeah.
The die machine.
Yeah, it's a weird wonder weapon, isn't it? Because you have to suck the zombies to load it, and then you have to blow to shoot the zombies. So it's just like, did Richtofen make this?
Probably. Oh, that reminds me of that quote. When he gets the thunder gun, it's like, if I had invented this, I would have made it suck instead of blown.
So yeah,
I think that was an essential quote.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange wonder weapon, isn't it?
Oh, and it's also got elemental upgrades. All 4 players can get these and have all the different ones. So obviously there was poison, fire, ice. Was there electric? I think it was electric.
Would have been air, would it?
No, I don't think it would have been air.
It must have been electric though.
So different element upgrades, and this was pretty much like the high round strat for that, where you just sit on top and that's on the roof bit. Just don't open that barrier behind you. You can just sit there all the way through to round 100 and stuff like that. That was kind of the go-to strat for high rounds there. But as you progress back to the Easter egg, when you progress up to a certain point in the Easter egg, do you remember the big boss guy in the hazmat suit?
Oh yeah.
he plays a vital part because one step in particular, you have to lock him inside of this containment chamber, and you normalise him, you actually bring him back. But, like he's got his mind back and everything, though he's still zombified and things like that. And with his help, you end up shutting down and destroying the machine entirely. And because you're up against this other faction called the Omega Group, and when we're trying to like, Requiem is trying to close the portals, fix everything,
and they're trying to open the portals and send them
weaponize it and stuff like that. A Russian subgroup called Omega, led by Kravchenko, of all people.
Of course, it's Kravchenko. Of course, it's Kravchenko.
It's a fun little return of rivalry there because you got Weaver leading Requiem and then you got Kravchenko leading Omega Group. So two people that have definitely got
Dragovich, the almost
literally two characters that have literally got beef with each other and leading these two opposite groups. So
yeah, makes sense. I mean, makes for a fun rivalry, doesn't it? I suppose.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, after destroying the machine, it's pretty much like get to the chop and go. Because this was like the first Call of Duty game that introduced the expo system as well.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it was every 10 rounds.
I think it was like every 10 rounds in Cold War, but I think I think it's like every 6 rounds now in like modern COD, but I think it was like every 10 rounds or so. So it'd be like not spot on like around 20, but you're like round 21 or like round 26 or something like that. It'd be an odd number, right? So it's a weird one.
It's a strange choice. It is a strange choice. Then obviously we've still got all the short lines.
Yeah, the war weapons are still very much present.
And all the picks as well. Yeah. We've also got an arsenal now.
Yeah. After the whole thing with like Black Ops 4 where they completely changed all the perk systems, like I'll tell you what, let's bring all the original perks back. But they're not bottles anymore.
No, they cans, aren't they?
Yeah, they completely reinvented the perk machines and they were perk cans now instead of perk bottles and things. I mean, I do like the new designs of the machines. Like when I first saw them, I'm like, okay, this is how much needed like visual improvement to them.
Yeah,
looks really good.
Yeah, so I was thinking, how have we got the short lines and the perks back? Because obviously Monty's out the picture now, isn't he?
Yes. How that's happening, I'm not entirely sure because it was always like bigger, like unknown forces that were doing it, and yeah, Monty was obviously nudging that with the perk machines, the gobble guns, and everything before. But I think they're just there as game mechanics without explanation now, which is kind of weird.
You can't have everything, can you?
So coming out of Day Machine Escape, a little bit of time later, Samantha goes undercover in Vietnam to try and investigate a Omega site that's being run by Dr. Peck, who is...
Why does that name sound familiar?
Because he is present in Black Ops 6 and 7 as well.
Ah, you said it. 6, 7.
6 and 7, I said.
Yeah, 6, 7.
Just in case you were trying to catch me out through an and in the middle there.
Anyway, it's got the Dr. Peck.
He's running this facility here where he's trying to recreate the machine on just make ether portals so you can travel to and from the dark ether. Sam goes in and she gets captured, but word gets out to Requiem from an insider who is Reznov. Because you remember us playing a little bit of Firebase. He was there behind the glass wall. Had a chunk taken out of his arm, so he was unable to fight, but he was just running the monitors and stuff like that. He informed Requiem about Samantha's capture. By the time we get there and confront Peck about it, he's already like thrown Samantha into the dark ether, closed the portal, just threw away the key essentially.
Yeah, and then this is how she. Is this how she gets control of the zombies in this one?
Not quite, no. Because it's technically still the same Samantha from before. She's just come to this reality and grew up again. I don't really know if like her powers ever really left her. Truly, they were just dormant, potentially.
Okay.
It's hard to say. Maybe going back into the dark ether just awoken something within her over time, because that's a lot of dark ether exposure, and there's not really any mention how long she was in there, because it was only like a couple of days.
Yeah, we don't know how time works in the ether, do we?
Yeah, I think it was only like a couple of days she was gone, but to Sam, apparently she could have been in there weeks, months.
Years.
I wouldn't say years, but she'd been there a while for her eyes to change colour anyway.
Yeah. Oh, awesome, aren't they? Getting locked in the ether.
So it's very much a rescue mission on 5AC, but you also have different mechanics there because you have to do 3 ether reactors, don't you? 3 generator points to turn the power on, and you have to defend them every few rounds.
Yeah, so you could be on one side of the map and the generators begin to attack, so you have to quickly run back to the other side of the map to defend the generators. Mm-hmm. It's quite annoying, to be honest.
In our run through, we didn't really get to round 30 for you to witness it, but there is after the third, when you get to the third defense, there is another big problem that is thrown your way.
Oh yeah.
Which is called the Ogre, which is a colossal monster that stands walks over the landscape towards the generator, and he tries to suck out all the energy out of it. So you're essentially fighting a sub-titan or a kaiju coming after you. I'm not going to tell them about this, just in case you play 5AC and you see it for yourself for the first time, just to get your reaction. But
yeah, well, we tried to get it ranked. I think we got to like 27, 28, something like that.
Close enough. Yeah, I didn't want to mention that, but I can't talk about 5AC and not mention
it, yeah.
Especially when it's also the boss fight as well.
Oh, interesting. That'd be fun. Make sure we have
Yeah, it's actually a proper boss fight in this one. There wasn't really one in the machine. It was just a, defend, like while he was destroying the machine. Yeah. Like it's the name of the guy that has Matsu.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in the Easter egg, you end up using like a recipe of Pexon making, which is like a true serum, and you end up drugging him with it, and he ends up trying to you end up making him tell you how to open the portal and stuff like that. But after the serum wears off, he's like, aha, okay, well you just permanently destroyed the machine now. There's no way you're going to get Sam back. But like it's not going to have enough power or anything like that. And you're like, okay, let's step this up a notch. So Requiem gets in touch about using a satellite to fire down on the radar dish to power the portal, and Samantha comes back through on the other side. So yeah, she comes back, and immediately right after that, the facility starts blowing up. You run back through that portal to try and get away, and the ogre comes bursting out of the ground. It's like, okay, in the spawn room, you got the boss fight. It's in the spawn room.
That's a very small room.
It's the whole street area, isn't it?
Oh, I thought we were just locked into the room where the glass was.
Oh, no. Right in there.
Yeah, it's got the whole street. Yeah, I suppose it's doable. You can, dive into buildings for cover, can't you, I suppose? Try and train them. So, yeah.
Kill that guy, and then all of you, Sam, Ravenov, everyone just piles in the car and gets away again. Again, these are all very linear. There's no really massive complicated twists like there would be in
the original ones.
Like Rick Toffin secretly scheming something in the car.
Yeah, and then it turns out Dr. Monty was behind everything.
Well, I say that.
Or the Shadow Man.
No, Rick Toffin is kind of scheming here, but you don't know that yet. Technically.
Well, Rick Toffin's always scheming. It doesn't matter which version of it is. Rick Toffin, he's always got something up his sleeve. It's just his character arc.
There's a bit of a break before there's any new round-based maps at this point, because this is like Outbreaks sort of like era.
Yeah.
Where it changes from its traditional round base. So instead of playing through rounds, you're playing through stages. You go off and you do missions, and with each mission you complete, you go on to a new stage, vice versa. Counter goes up, so there's the difficulty.
Yeah.
And pretty much all bosses, all enemies, they're all sort of in there.
Well, that was quite good, but that thing, that Outbreak mode, that was like really good when we did that. I quite enjoyed it. It's just a shame that it crashed on because obviously running PS4 versions. Yeah, it's a shame it crashed, but yeah. What can you do? Well, I suppose we try and get the PS5 version so, but we'll have to delete like half my games to do that.
Probably.
The cold balls are big file size.
At least it's not as big as like the actual app with all the cards on it now. But...
Yeah. Oh, I suppose I could just install the zombies I don't have to install the full game, do I?
It might be from assets from.
Oh no, yeah, because I'd have to install zombies and I'd have to install multiplayer to play them.
Because the
Because I think I tried installing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I tried installing just for zombies before, and I had to install multiplayer to be able to play online on the zombies. So I think it's daft because it should have its own file thing, but there you go. That's how it works, unfortunately.
So while you're gallivanting around on Outbreak, at some point or another, you're going to get a mystery transmission from somebody who should be in containment, taking a bit of a breather after her ordeal. But Samantha actually gets in touch with you, dishes out intel about a black site in the I keep forgetting what is it in the Ural Mountains? I think that's where it's all set.
Well, I don't think I ever got that far with it because obviously certain missions keep crashing to me, so it's just like I can never complete Outbreak. This is a shame, but what can you do?
So Samantha tips you off that Peck was actually working on warheads, ethereal warheads that were going to be used to, well, nefarious means, I would assume. They don't really get launched, so what they do. So in Outbreak's first run, you have to find this black site, and then you go into like the bunker underneath, and you're playing in this whole silo.
Oh, alright.
Got all these, cool. Which is pretty cool because you got like the grapple so you can ascend up and down, and you're trying to stop these rockets from going off because they're literally normal missiles, like nuclear missiles, but they're coated in like the crystalline Ethereum, so it's like purple crystals or 115, whichever you prefer.
Or Nova.
Nova's more chemical gas, isn't it?
Yes. But we did have Nova Crocs out with all, didn't you?
Well, they were just what were they? They were patients that were infected with Nova and then
turned into zombies.
Yeah, it was like a combination of Nova gas and Element 115.
Yeah.
Corrupted and
bursting with weird looking golem creature. It's basically zombie golem. There you go. That's what we are.
So when you meet up with Reznov inside the facility, he tries to deter the missiles so they don't land in the west, they go in the ocean. And but then the silo doors won't open for whatever reason because they're blocked. So when you go back up to the surface, you've got like they're covered in ethereal crystals and stuff like that, and there's this giant Tempest monster, a Tempest boss fight, big electrical boss fight that you have to do on top.
I've missed out on so much.
It's one hell of a tricky one, that one actually, because I remember doing it took like 3-4 attempts, and doing those Easter eggs on Outbreak in particular, they take time because you have to play through the stages.
Yeah.
I think you have to get through to stage 3 before you can even start doing the Easter egg. So
the map's quite big as well, isn't it? So,
they're very vast.
So make sure you find transport, I suppose, is running everywhere.
And just avoid Tempest because they do blow your vehicles up a lot.
Yeah, we found out. I found that out. I can't speak today. What's wrong with me? I found that out firsthand, didn't I? Yeah. You did not warn me about this.
I forgot about them. I completely forgot all about them, to be honest.
Yeah, so I tried ramming a Tempest, and my bike went boom, and I went flying up the handlebars. We have fun.
So yeah, you by the end of that particular Easter egg, because you go behind Requiem's back and do what Sam does, so you're in a spot of trouble after you do that, but Raptor wants to come to pick you up anyway, takes you away. Sam's like, well, thank you for doing this, but yeah, everyone's pretty much going to get a bollocking off Weaver when we get back. So there was a bit of a pause, and the second Easter egg, that was an Outbreak, it actually comes from Reznov, who informs you that there are a couple of Omega scientists that are looking to defect to Requiem.
Oh, right, okay.
So the Easter egg there is you have to go and find them. The area surrounding the play space is actually surrounded by a dimensional breach that you can't pass over, because if you do, you get pretty much vaporized. Not vaporized, but dark ether exposure kills you pretty quickly. So you have to build this contraption that's, what's it called? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
That's just got a dark ether contraption.
Basically, it creates like a bubble, so you can just go through. It's a contraption that moves, but you can walk through the the breach. And you do that, you go to this massive structure where the scientists are supposedly there to meet, but when you find them, they're already dead. Presumably killed by Omega Group, who set a trap, and then you have to escape. You have to get on the chopper, go, because obviously it's a trap. You have to fight an ogre again that comes out of the ground. But right after that happens, you get on the chopper to escape, and the chopper gets hit by a missile, and you get downed. Your entire fire team, the pilot, gets captured by Kravchenko and Omega Group, which then takes us right into Howard and Tavern, which is a map set in Berlin, Germany.
Ooh, lovely.
Because you got like the Berlin Wall.
Yeah, because he said Cold War, yeah. Berlin Wall.
Mauer and Tavern. I think it. What's it called? Wall of the Dead, I believe it is.
Oh, right, okay.
I believe that's the correct translation.
Oh, that's interesting.
It was an interesting map because this is where we got introduced to Klaus the robot. The server. Yeah, Klaus the robot. He did show up again in Black Ops 7, but obviously we get there. And Black Ops 6. But the Cerberus Wonder Weapon, which is a weapon that had like 4 different variations, and they all were because it was like a Requiem safe house that was like beneath Berlin, and they were working on a prototype weapon called the Cerberus, and it had like a laser version, which was like a full-on assault rifle, a shotgun version, and it was like a high version that shoots little balls that like track and just attack a target, and the pistol version that has like a little spear that circles around you and fires in addition to your weapon. So you're firing 2 shots from 2 sources. Really good wonder weapons.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I think you need to try that map out. It's really good.
Yeah, I think we do.
And it's pretty much on the Berlin streets. You can go across rooftops, through zip lines. You go underground. There's a whole subway, but you got to dodge the trains.
Oh, I like trains. I like trains.
You won't like it if it hits you. Anyway, the fire team gets sent to this location by Omega Group this time, because they threatened to kill the pilot, literally bleed him dry, like torture him, do.
Oh, wow, that's a bit screwed up.
But the reason Kravchenko is sending you to do this is because he doesn't want to risk, Omega Group's interests or their people, so he send in the hostages. They can do it. They cleared up this mess before. They killed the undead before. Go and do it. Or we kill your pilot.
Yeah.
So Kravchenko's sending you there because he's trying to find a mole called Valentina who stabbed the main group in the back because she was actually her father was actually a Nazi working underneath Berlin. He had a lab where he was working on the dimensional breach where he can bring an undead army back through. And obviously, interest online where they want to try and stop that from happening. So it's a very rough alliance.
Yeah. I suppose the undead army would be bad for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
For both parties involved.
Oh yeah, definitely, because Valentina definitely would just bring about the end of the world. Right then and there, she brought a whole undead Nazi army back from the Dark Ether into our world. It'll pretty much just set things right back to square one, essentially. So, the mission, go out, find her, kill her, but when you do find her, she has been in the Dark Ether for a while, so when she comes back through, she's completely corrupt. So she's like red crystalline, she's a flipping difficult boss fight. So you have to face off with her, and you somehow need to close the portal and kill the undead army on the other side, but you also have Klaus the robot, who you build. And
the fact that it's called Klaus the robot is just like.
What do you mean? My name is Klaus. It's proper funny because he has a bit of a moody attitude towards you, the player. It's funny. It's like, oh, I suppose you couldn't do this yourself, and stuff like that. Whenever you call him in.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to play that a lot so you can meet Klaus. He is funny.
Yeah, we certainly do.
So right at the end, when you kill Valentina
Yeah.
to pretty much create this nuclear bomb, and you have to get that back through the portal on the other side, but it's like once you go through, you're going to be trapped. So Klaus is the one that picks it up and goes, I guess I was made for this. Oh well, just picks it up and he starts walking back through the portal, and on the other side, he just, all you hear is, oh, and then bang, it goes off. At that point, yeah, you go back and Omega Group have literally thrown your pilot out, and Protenko tries to shoot you dead in a gunship at that point, like a helicopter. So you're running away, trying to get to the roof, and then a portal opens, and you jump back through, and you're in Requiem HQ. Sam opened the portal, so she's figured out the powers and all that again.
Well, she's a good guy this time, yeah.
Oh yeah, she's definitely on our side. Later on, she does become a playable operator because when we were playing, you saw me playing as her.
Yeah.
So, a bit of background detail, and this actually comes from the intel that you'll find on the maps. In the background, Peck has secretly been talking to someone on the other side who is a Russian that got trapped in the Dark Ether about 40 years ago, back when they originally had that facility locked down at Day Machine. He was like a test subject that went through. And I'm trying to remember what the guy's name was. It's going to bug me now if I can't remember his name. I think it was Zykov, I think his name was. So he's been talking back and forth with Peck, and he was talking about trying to come back through the portal to give information on what he knows about an entity called the Forsaken that lives in the other side of the Dark Ether.
Oh, that says Forsaken sounds familiar.
Because there's apparently he's the one that's controlling the zombies. He's the one that's influencing everything on the other side of where the Dark Ether is. When you're playing the lockdown segments on Outbreak, you're hearing, don't you?
Yeah.
Deep gravelly voice.
Oh, right, yeah.
So Peck rebuilds the machine from their machine, but he does it at a secret Soviet outpost in Ukraine. And the strike team infiltrate that to try and destroy the machine, get Psychov, and get out, because then they can work out a way to destroy the Forsaken as well. But Peck is successful at opening the portal, letting Psychov through. And then there's the whole monologue about, oh my friends, you've done it, you set me free, thanks for letting me back through. And then he takes off the gas mask, and eyes are glowing, and he literally turns into the Forsaken. He is the Forsaken. So everyone got played, everyone got fooled, and he's essentially in our world now, and he's going to destroy it.
That does not sound good. At all.
So this is where we're more or less in a map called the Forsaken now, which is a pretty cool map. Cool wonder weapon. It's called the Crystal Axe. So it's essentially an axe made of ethereal crystal, but you can reconfigure it into a gun.
Oh!
So you can switch it into an axe, powerful axe, so you can just start swinging, bashing zombies with a melee weapon.
Does it shoot axes?
No.
Oh, that'd be so cool. If you shot mini axes.
It shoots like crystals. Ether crystals at the zombies.
If you shot it'd be so cool if you shot mini axes.
Yeah, I'm just going to slow down a second, just talk about the map, because I jumped right into the story bit there. But it's inside, it's like a whole, it's like a training complex on this map, so it's like a complete made-up town. So it's got like a theatre, it's got like a store, it's like a TV store, it's got portals that go from one segment of the map to another with a control tower in the center. It's essentially just like one big training ground, yeah. So, and use zip lines to go back and forth. They brought back PhD Flopper. Finally. That's one
of your favourite perks.
But not Flopper, it was a PhD Slider, I believe it was called.
Yeah.
But same principle, you just slide into the zombies.
Yeah, more fun. More fun, just watch them all go. As you're sliding past.
Yep. You get a proper boost, it's like a like that. It makes that noise too. Like you just switched on the Nitros booster on a car. You slide. At the point where the Forsaken is ready to claim his right, what he claims his rightful place is ruler to destroy like this whole reality. Samantha literally materializes, and it's Sam versus the Forsaken. She's flying around and firing like laser balls at him and everything. And the goal is to get to the town square to help Sam bring down the Forsaken, which you are successful in doing, but at a cost. Because there is this giant spherical ball that was put there by Omega Group to actually capture the Forsaken initially.
Oh, right, okay.
So what you have to do is you have to weaken the Forsaken enough so Sam is able to subdue him and trap him inside the sphere. So then he's contained, you can carry him away. But in doing so, she sacrifices herself by charging at the Forsaken, pretty much ripping right into him, and they both get pulled back through the dark ether, and the Forsaken itself gets trapped in the sphere. But Sam is forever lost in the dark ether again.
She's not having a good day.
Well, she knew what she was getting herself into this time around, and she did do it intentionally as a sacrifice to save the world.
Oh, right, fair enough.
And it was at this point, Forsaken's inner ball is captured, all these breaches shut, and essentially it's game over for the Forsaken.
Yep, and everything goes back to normal.
Kind of. Kravchenko still got away.
Oh.
But Peck ended up helping Requiem a little bit later on in the Easter egg because it's like, oh, I messed up, I made a big mistake here. So he's like trying to help you, and Kravchenko's like shouting at him down his other ear, and he's like, shut up, and it causes an explosion. Peck gets all scarred on one side of his face. He also had an eye taken out by Kravchenko. Took his good eye out after fire base, if you remember that.
That happened to Weaver as well. Mm-hmm. In the Black Ops 1 campaign, that is.
Yeah. So to wrap this off, because I feel like I've been rambling for a long time now. Closing out the story, everyone's devastated about Sam obviously going, but this is where the director of Requiem steps in to sort of like close the book on everything. And he, from what you see, he's there typing away on a monitor saying, okay, we can initiate something called Project Janus now and close down the Requiem operations entirely, so shut down the whole thing. But of course, too many witnesses and stuff like that. So Weaver, Carver, Gray, Strauss, they all get contained along with the fire team. Everyone just gets put away, thrown away the key. And they got taken to, as we find out in Black Ops 6, they were incarcerated on Terminus Island.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice thank you for saving the world, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. But it's because the director also has plans of his own. And when we find out who the director is, you see him get up from the desk, walk to the door, goes to open the door, and as he's about to shut it, turn around, and you see who the director is. It was ripped off and all along. And it's just not like that.
Yep. And then we get into Black Ops 6, but that will be next week on. But yeah, no, anyway, right, interesting stuff. I really need to catch up. We've done a few Easter eggs on Black Ops 6, haven't we? Together. So.
Yeah. I think it was just
Chatterdale
we were doing, and then there was obviously the conclusion to Black Ops 6, which was the Reckoning? Yeah, Reckoning.
Yeah. We actually got pretty far with them, didn't we? So we'll have to carry on with them.
It gets proper interesting because obviously you got the whole thing with Virginia and Liberty Falls, get off into backstory to get into so a lot of spicy stuff.
Yes. I'll just have to refresh my memory for that one. But anyway, on to Mikey's Mind. You know the drill. Play along and let's see your answers in the comments down below. Anyway, so number one. If you had to live in any zombies map, which map would you choose and why?
Which one?
Which zombies map?
Ooh.
You had to, so before like so it's like just before the outbreak, just before the undead. So you're living there, normal life. You're not a operator or a character, anything. You're just you living in. Say for example.
That's a really tricky question.
Yeah.
Because a part of me wants to say like Shangri-La because it's nice tropical weather, but at the same time I'm thinking, yeah, but he's stuck in a temple. Ooh. be ponder.
Yes. I can just see you
Absolutely.
blurring, cutting your cog blurring.
Yeah, I'm just going to say Shangri-La.
Shangri-La?
Nice weather. Nice weather.
Alright, fair enough. Alright. I'm not going to bother with that one. Because those characters are those characters. Yeah. Right. You can create a brand new wonder weapon. What will it do?
Ooh. See, I think I'd like to make a. I think because I did on Black Ops 3, I did a bit of like mod tools and custom map making for a little bit just for a laugh. I did come up with a concept for a prototype version of a wonder weapon, which is more like a wonder grenade launcher, but it fired like wonder spheres, like little balls that'll ping and bounce off walls until they hit a target and then bang, just explode into electrical bursts.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. All right, there you go. And which mode would you bring back or add to zombies? One-day zombies.
It's been a while since we've had Turn.
So see, I knew you were gonna say Turn.
Because they gave us grief in Black Ops 6, but come on.
Yeah, you got a little bit of Turn. You got a little bit of Turn, don't you? You got a little bit of Turn. Anyway, right, so what let's be. Just ignore me scribbling. Me little noodles.
There's a bit more variety on how you can answer a couple of those questions. It's really interesting what you say.
Yeah.
Which map would you live on?
Ooh. See, I want to say Shinonuma, but you're in a jungle and swamp, so it's not really ideal. Kino, you're just trapped in a theatre, and you don't really want to live in a theatre. You know what? I'm going to say Liberty Falls, actually.
Liberty Falls?
I'm going to say Liberty Falls. It's like an actual town, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
It actually is a real town,
It's
though.
a town, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. It's Liberty Falls.
What's its real name? Harper's Ferry?
I think so.
Yeah. It's a real town in Virginia, so.
Yeah, live there, yeah. Got nice sunny weather, everything you need. And, of course, there's zombie outbreak.
You know what the funny thing is? Because where Harper's Ferry is, it's actually in a part of the state in a place called Reznov.
Oh, that's a coincidence.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a sign.
Because the actual diner is there as well from transit.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, I wonder where they get all their inspiration from.
So now we're trying to tell us something.
So it's like you're locking in.
Yep. Liberty Falls, yeah.
You can create a brand new wonder weapon. What would it do?
What would it do?
What would it do and why?
Ooh. See, I've always liked the idea. I want to say a ball, but that ball, we've already had balls, haven't we?
Yeah, that isn't there.
Yeah. This is a tough one, actually. What would it do? Oh, I've got one. Just for a laugh, like create a wonder weapon where it shoots a disco ball and it momentarily makes all the zombies do Michael Jackson Thriller. I mean, just for a laugh.
It sounds like a fun comedy weapon.
Yeah, just for a laugh, you know. Get a bit of thriller in there, that's what we do.
You know what, it's pretty funny because there's always like a zombie disco Easter egg on nearly every single map on Cold War as well.
Yeah.
You get like a free jump perk or something. And which mode would you bring back?
I'm going to agree with you, Turd. Yeah, because that was such a good mode. You got to actually play as a zombie. That was great.
It's just who can spend the longest time as a human, weren't it?
Yeah.
I think that's how they usually on the score.
Yeah, pretty well. Obviously, just like change, edit it a bit, and just update it to the modern gods. For example, instead of you just being one zombie, have if you have an actual zombies follow as well.
Like for every player kill that you get, maybe you build up like a little point counter. Skills, score streaks in multiplayer. You do that, but every time you reach second tier, you have it so you can switch it into a different zombie type. So you can be like a hellhound or
an overcrawler.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be really, really good. And if you get like zombie points, you can turn yourself into like a mini boss.
An abomination.
Yeah, imagine, that'd be so cool. Anyway, alright everyone, that's it. That is a wrap for Tavern Talk. Let us know what your answers are down below. We're quite interesting ones this week for those questions. We'll keep you updated with what is going on within the world of gaming. We'll keep our eye on like the Stockland Games movement, the Sony going all digital thing, and obviously what's going on with the Xbox layoffs, and obviously the lawsuit against the microchip companies as well. Not going on. So we'll keep you updated. We'll have more updates as we come. Obviously, we don't do this once a week though, so we'll be weekly updates. There's a lot can happen in a week. There's a lot this week has happened. But yeah. And just before we go, make sure you go and check out our socials. Like, go and like, if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. You can find us under at Games Guild 25 over there. Go follow us on our Twitch pages as well for our weekly streams. So for me, for you, it's
Hoggyx, and Twitch. That's on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram.
Yep, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and just got Twitter now as well.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Just got Twitter now as well. So, but my Twitch is a different name. So on me, Instagram, my TikTok, and my Twitter, it's Green Hour 25. It's my PlayStation. It's my PlayStation name. So Green_Hour25. Over on Twitter, it's Green_Hour25 because I'm actually having an underscore over there. It's a different platform, isn't it? Yeah. And then let's see if I remember me to switch. It's Green_Hour25 at PS5 Gaming. So yeah, go give us a like, go give us a follow, and what give it a little watch.
There is the Games Guild as well.
And the Games Guild as well over all the other socials. You'll be able to find the links in the description below, I would imagine.
Yep.
That's if I would imagine that's if Anyway, that is a wrap, and we shall see you all next time. Probably won't be here next week because my little sister is getting married. So I'll be off at a wedding, so we won't be here next week, but we will be here the week after. So we'll have a lot to catch up on.
Yep.
So
2 weeks of stuff we're going to catch up on.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Well, a lot can happen. So yes, all right. See you in a couple of weeks, and stay tuned for more.
See you next time.
Goodbye.